Let's do this question together. Determine the values of p if g of x is equal to negative 2x squared minus px plus 3 is a maximum value of 3 and 1 over 8. So now it means this graph is concave down. It has a maximum value. And then this is also, you have to know that this is what? This is a quadratic function. So it's a parabola. It's parabolic. So now there are two ways we can find this. Maybe if you're in grade 12, you can use differentiation calculus, where you use the maxima or minima. And then if you're grade 11, you can use the axis of symmetry. Remember that a parabola is symmetrical, and then the line of symmetry passes through the turning point. So the line of symmetry is going to pass through the turning point or the maximum point or even the minimum point if it's concave up. This graph is concave down, so the axis of symmetry will pass through the maximum point. And then here we can find the axis of symmetry here, which is what? We can find the x value of this turning point. How do you find the x value of the turning point? Remember the equation. X is equal to negative b over 2a. Just remember this equation. This will give you the x value of the turning point, or it is the equation of the axis of symmetry. Remember vertical line. The equation of vertical line is x is equal to a value. Okay. So now it means we can find this value. Okay, find the value of x here. And then after finding the value of x, we have to substitute it into the equation to find the value of y. And the value of y is this value. This is the maximum value. The value of y is this one, which is 3 and 1 over 8. Okay, so it means if we substitute the x value into the function, we must get this 3 and 1 over 8. Okay, right, let's do that. Let's start by finding the x value of the turning point there. So we're saying x is equal to minus b over 2a. And then our b is negative p, and then our a is negative 2. So it means our x is equal to minus negative p over 2 times negative 2. Okay, and then negative times negative p will give us positive p, and then 2 times negative 2 here will give us negative 4. It means x is actually negative p over 4. Okay, that is our x value there. It means x is what? Negative p over 4. And then we have to substitute this x value into the equation for us to be able to get the y value there. Okay, so let's substitute negative p over 4 into the equation and equate it to this y value. So it becomes negative 2 times negative p over 4 squared minus p, and then times negative p over 4, then plus 3 is equal to, right, this is a mixed number, so the best thing, we have to convert it to an improper fraction. So 8 times 3 is 24, 24 plus 1 is 25, so this is 25 over 8. You see that? And then we're going to solve for our p here. We want the values of p. Okay, so this is like p squared over 16, so it's negative 2 times p squared over 16. Right, the negative disappears. If we square negative, then it becomes positive, isn't it? And then here again, negative times negative will give us a positive, so it's going to be plus p squared over 4, p squared over 4 plus 3, and then is equal to 25 over 8. Right, and then what do we do next? This negative 2 here, we can divide by it, and then becomes negative p squared over 8. You see that? And then plus p squared over 4 plus 3 is equal to 25 over 8. So there are different ways we solve equations with fractions, but I just prefer multiplying everything by the LCD. Now our LCD here is 8, so we multiply every term here by 8. So it's going to be negative p squared over 8 times 8 then plus p squared over 4 times 8, then plus 3 times 8 is equal to 25 over 8 times 8. See that? Then we multiply everything by 8. Then here 8 divided by 8 is 1. 8 divided by 8 there is 1. Then 8 into 4 into 8 there is 2. So we remain with negative p squared, and then plus 2p squared, and then plus 24 is equal to 25. And then what is negative p squared plus 2p squared? That is p squared. Then p squared, and then transpose the 24. What is 24 minus 20? 25 minus 24, that is 1. So here we have our p squared is equal to 1, which we can write as p squared minus 1 is equal to 0. This is difference of two squares, so it's p minus 1, and then p plus 1 is equal to 0. And then we can say now p minus 1 is equal to 0 or p plus 1, but you can even skip this step. Then p is equal to 1 or p is equal to negative 1. Okay, so these are the possible values of p. Okay, so that's what you're supposed to do there. Oh, I said maybe I can show you if maybe I want to use the calculus differentiation. Right now at the maximum point the derivative is equal to 0, so we're going to derive this. So we find what? We find g prime, and then we get what? 2 times negative 2, that's negative 4, and then x, and then minus p. And then at the turning point, the derivative is equal to 0. So negative 4x minus p is equal to 0. And then negative 4x is equal to p. And then what are we looking for here? X. And then x is equal to negative p over 4. You see that? Which is just the same as what we got here. You want that the difference here, we use the excess of symmetry, and then grade 12 we can use differentiation. Okay, then you, after that, you continue the same way, and then you're going to get your p is equal to 1 or p is equal to negative 1. Okay, but if you're in grade 11, you stick to this method. If you're in grade 12, you can use the differentiation method. Okay, thank you very much.